For the last couple of weeks, we've been working on a new Spotify extension for Raycast, and I want to do a little demo so you know what to expect when the new version comes out. So over here on the left, we have the current version of the extension, and here on the right, we have the new one. Now, the first thing you're going to realize is that the new version has a lot less commands than the previous version, and the reason for that is because we felt like for new users, seeing so many commands was quite overwhelming. So we decided to rethink the UX and redefine what are the primary features that this extension offers. So these are the ability to search, and you can search anything within Spotify, including podcasts and episodes, as well as seeing everything that's in your library, and then getting context about what you're currently listening to and have the ability to perform some actions based on that. So let's start with search. In the previous version, we had an independent search command for different types of categories. So you could search artists, albums, tracks, and playlists. Whereas in the new version, there is a unified search command. So let's go in there, and you can see that if you've used this before, you see some recent searches, which is quite nice. So let's go ahead and select Bon Iver, and then you see how this view is split into different categories, into different sections. So we have artists at the top, and we show the top 3. We then have songs, followed by albums, playlists, podcasts, and episodes. If you want to narrow this search down, you can press Command P and select a specific category. And so let's select artists, and now we only see artists. A cool thing is that artists are always represented with this circle mask. And if you select albums, for example, then it's just a square. And these are some details that we basically borrowed from the Spotify application to try and make this extension as consistent to the app as possible. So if you've been using the app for a while, hopefully this is going to feel quite familiar. Now, the primary action from search is that regardless of the section that you're in, when you press enter, it's just going to play what's selected. Even though the play action is consistent throughout the categories, there are some contextual actions that change based on what's selected. So if you have selected an artist, you see an option to show popular songs, to show the albums, and then to start the radio of this artist. So if we go show popular songs, then we're basically seeing the top songs by this artist. And if we go show albums, then we see the discography. And from here, we can also do Command K to show the songs of the album. So you can kind of keep drilling down. That's quite cool. If you have a song selected and you press Command K, then you can go to the album that this song belongs to. And if you're on an album, then you can press Command K and see the songs, right? So that's how search works. So while we do this demo, let's just go ahead and find an album, and we'll just press play. So now it's going to start playing this album, right? I'm just going to bring Spotify over here. Let me close these 2 versions of Raycast, and you can see that it's now playing the album, right? In the right context. So I'm going to move it out of the way and open Spotify again. And we can also see how as this starts playing, the menu bar up here updates. And I'm going to talk about this in a little bit. But first, I want to talk about your library. So your library is a command that didn't exist before. So it's brand new to this version of the extension. Here you can see all of the things that you have saved. It basically works in the exact same way as search, but in a slightly different order. And this order is also borrowed from the Spotify app. So you first see your playlists, and then albums, then artists, and then the songs that you've liked, podcasts, and podcasts episodes that you have saved. And from here, you can also narrow down the search if you wish to do so. So in terms of the actions, this is exactly the same as search. And then we can press escape to go back up. And then we have quick actions. Now, quick actions is a way to get access to a lot of these commands that we were previously exposing. So the way quick actions work is that from here, you can do a bunch of stuff like play, pause, toggle play, pause, like, dislike, etc. And if you want to have any of these things available to you at the root level, for example, before we had an option to like the song, where is it? Like current song. So if we go to the like action with the Command K, and you can create a quick link, right? So we go create quick link. That's already named, and the deep link is already set. So you can just go create. And from this moment on, you should have a Spotify like command at the root. So that's kind of the way that you can tailor the experience to your own needs. Then if you want to add a hotkey to this, then you can do that through the settings. Cool. So that's how quick links work. And then let's talk about now playing. Now playing is a view that we also had before. I'm going to open them side by side. And overall, it's very, very similar. Just simplified some things and changed the kind of, the formatting of a few things. But overall, it's very similar. Before, we used to have a few actions to pause and skip track, start the radio, and then like the song, and finally open on Spotify and copy the link. And in the new version, we have the same features as well as the ability to go to that album, to add that track to a playlist, and to connect a device. So if we go add to playlist, and you see your playlist, you can click in and it just adds automatically. So that's pretty cool. And what else do we have? Over here at the top, we have a now playing version in the menu bar. And you notice the logo is a bit different. Before it used to be green, so now we changed to just be the monochrome version. And from here, you can do the same things that you could do before. So this is quite cool. If I bring up Spotify over here for a second so we can get a better version, better view of this. If I press pause here, then you can see how Spotify pauses. And obviously, if I play again, it starts playing again. Or I can like this track, and you can see how the state here has updated. And this is kind of contextual, so it knows whether I already have that track liked or not. So instead of showing a like and a dislike action, it just shows one. And that's it, I guess. And that's pretty much it, I think. Yeah,